Hello! Before I start my playing demonstration, I wanted to take a moment to talk about intonation, both in general and on the saxophone. So in general, when you're beginning a new instrument, you really don't have an aural awareness of how the instrument sounds when it's in tune. Even if you're an experienced musician and know the pitches, it's going to be different on a new instrument. So when starting an instrument, you want to practice with your tuner on your stand, and you want to be constantly checking that for intonation. And then once you're more aware of how the instrument sounds and how it feels when you're in tune, you're going to want to ditch the tuner and focus on developing your ears and trusting your ears for intonation. Because, we work on our ears and like aural skills and classes like that, but it doesn't stop at the classroom door. And your ear training is something that continues throughout your life as a musician. So 2 words you want to think of when you're trying to work on your tuning are mindfulness and constant awareness. You can't just tune on that one note at the beginning of class when your band director has all of you play. It's got to be something you continue to do throughout the rehearsal. You have to be constantly hearing your pitch and making micro adjustments in your mouth. Because that first note, while that gets your instrument mostly in tune, your pitch is going to keep changing as the instrument warms up. For saxophone in specific, when you tune at the beginning of class, it'll be you moving your mouthpiece up and down the neck, and then throughout class, you'll adjust with your mouth. So for that first tuning, think about the saxophone like a pencil and a pencil sharpener. If the pencil is flat, you push it into the sharpener, and once the pencil's sharp, you pull it out. So on saxophone, when you're flat, you push the mouthpiece into the neck, and when you're sharp, you pull it out. And you want to make sure you're making micro adjustments, because really big adjustments is going to ruin your intonation. Because if you're just a little bit off, just a little bit out, okay? And another thing on saxophone, you really want to think about these notes that have very sharp or very set tuning tendencies. Like some of them, they're just naturally sharp on the instrument, and some of them are going to be naturally flat, and you really want to think about how you'll adjust those notes when you play them. So for your knowledge, especially sharp notes on saxophone are D5, E5, A5, and then C sharp 5 is like the sharpest of these notes. It can get 15 to 20 cents sharp without adjustments. So when you're playing those notes, really think about how you can change your embouchure to bring those down to in tune. And for flat notes on the saxophone, you want to watch out for D4, B4, and C sharp 5. Thanks, guys. Okay, pardon me.